of Aquarius. I'm storming this age of Aquarius. Home, oh Lord, till I make it home. Till I make it home, nigga. Storming this age of Aquarius. I'm storming this age of Aquarius. Home, yeah, till I make it home. Yeah. Flourishing, by the splurging D. It won't hurt to be. Get some band-aid for the state. I end this surgery. In the street, burglary. In the bleeds eternally. I will lead and service me. Y'all gon' hear the words of me. My time is sick and I'm pursuing through the system. Or I don't gon' get you trapped in it and got your rectum. I need a dust and the fuck plus another blunt. After I'm done, I got that bond. Gon' be take the drug. See, anger goes and the anger thought. Writing tainted bars. Dito Vexinski art. Public school have my back bend as I roll tens, ruby eyes, only child, mom and pop reds. My life in newspaper for your new haters. Y'all do favors, in fact, y'all do cater. Pop out there like bored, then that railing got you soaring. Life is just a chessboard, baby. That's why I'm so damn paranoid. Yeah. Storming this age of Aquarius. I'm storming this age of Aquarius. Home, oh Lord, till I make it home. Yeah. Storming this age of Aquarius. I'm storming this age of Aquarius. Home, yeah, till I make it home. Oh yeah. Peter Doja. At your phone, tropical photons at your club, and we so gone. And you can hate on it, we gon' stay on it. Self-maker was the way we've been with so much commenting. I need the publicity. Deflect bullshit out the way. You're wild, and the moon that scares is wild. And the moon will play intelligence and trapped in place. I'm picking up my princess cook. By the sea was good. Fuck up on the good. Put the rub on the 300. I'm using more light energy than my plasma. I still travel on your own, nigga. Fuck NASA. Directing on my set and all of my actions. New life, new me, it's a fucking renaissance, man. Meet me up at smoking toe. I'm sliding like shower though. Fuck a reality show. Eventually I go cold. I stay ripping my mind. Zap, I take a slow space fast. I spread it with your girly art class. Y'all tripping like a homie Shaq. Yeah. Storming this age of Aquarius. I'm storming this age of Aquarius.
Greetings and salutations of peace. You are now in tune on the One, the Force itself. At this time, we call it the Holy Master Blaster Jamming. I am your host for the Underground News Network, your brother, the Rastafari, Ital Iman I. I would like to take this opportunity to talk to my people today, expressly the black people of the world, but all the righteous people of the world. We have gotten away from our holy scriptures, Quran and Bible. The cultural people have totally thrown down the Bible, the so-called Afrocentric people. I say to you that this book is a roadmap. If we can get beyond the allegories, the metaphors, and similes, every noun has a deeper level of meaning. Let me explain briefly. Let's look at the word Moses, the noun Moses. In the script, the Egyptian woman, i.e. his mother, placed him on the water. The Egyptian woman drew him out of the water, depicting Moses became celibate in order to do the work that he was commissioned to do by the gods. You are now in tune on the One, the Force itself. So when we say celibate, he was drawn out of the water. Therefore, the water of life became still, and he sat and he meditated, and the life force, the Hindus call it Ojas, rose up his spine through the 7 churches of Asia. purifying the 144,000 nerve branches. The chakras was energized. So that's the meaning of the name Moses, the noun Moses. She drew him out of the water, meaning that he himself, or one like Moses, is for us to have self-control. In this hour, we need the self-control. So there is no, it's madness to throw away the Holy Scripts because they are codes, and especially the book Quran. So I am saying this to get to my point. Here in the 21st century, we see the abomination in the year 2012. Obama, our president, sanctioned same-sex marriages. So if we are in a situation such as this, I am saying that our focus is in the wrong direction. There are many of you out there are planning for futures. You're you're marrying, and you are out looking for mates in a time where AIDS is running rampant. They say that in Atlanta, Georgia, AIDS is running rampant like a mad dog in the streets, like a rabid dog in the streets. So we must refocus at this particular point. So we have the false flag, Black Lives Matter. We're trying to get focused here, and hopefully we can come to a consensus of what we are to do. If we look at the Black Lives Matter phenomenon, or the Black Lives Matter, as I would say, enigma, we see that there's a conspiracy to cause a race war. They're pitting the black people, especially the young black youth, against the police. And then subtly, there's a police state being ushered in. There is a martial law shortly to come in. But I say, stay out of the streets. In the year 2013, I'm saying that we're in the age of Aquarius. So what is happening in the streets is an illusion. We're not in the 60s. Even that was programmed, just like the Black Lives Matter. We even see that, we read in the news that George Soros is one of the bikers behind the Black Lives Matter movement, and then we still follow the Black Lives Matter movement, being that we have the psychosis has set in from slavery, so we say we got to do something. Even though we read that Obama is homosexual, and we have heard rumors, there are no facts. We never pulled down his wife's clothing to pull him up and saw what's under there, but there are rumors about her also, and there is scientific proof that I have looked at, and I can see that there is something wrong. So even though we know Hillary Clinton is a criminal, we're still out here talking about we want to vote. We're not going to vote for Trump. We want to vote for Hillary. But if Hillary gets in, we're going to be worse than Hitler. So no matter who gets in. So it appears that we should drop out. For instance, in the art of war, if someone attacks you, we should step aside and help them to fall. It's not good to all the time be on the offensive. Defense is a very great strategy. So at this particular time, instead of participating in the politics, we should obey the first law of nature, which is self-preservation. So we should be moving away from the cities. We should be joining each other, bringing our resources together, headed for the mountains. Because if we go back to the scripts, as I was bringing out before, if we go back to the scripts, we would find when there were times like this in antiquity, the world was about to collapse. Economically, we're about to collapse now. Physically, everybody's about to jump off the physical bridge. So the bottom is falling out of this thing. So Sustainable living is something to look at. I mean, it's almost too late. They're saying that Walmart is closing. So we're going to go back to year 2013. 131 years going backwards from 2013 was the year 1881. In the year 1881, the sun began to move out of the house of Pisces. And Pisces represents the Christian age, or the age of the fish of the time of Jesus. It was the sixth, so to speak, symbolically the sixth, the rule of the Aduma, the Christ age, the God spell, so to speak. And then in the year 2030, at the time of the, if you would recall in retrospect, Christopher Donner. There was an incident in LA where Christopher Donner had a confrontation with his with the Brotherhood of Police, with his fellow Brotherhood, and there became a incident where he killed a few police. This was the beginning of the age of Aquarius. So in the age of Aquarius, and there was an illusion, he's still alive, he's not dead, but they don't want to talk about that. Sometimes the force is with a people. For instance, the Beltway Sniper. The Beltway Sniper actually was the epitome of all these events. It was 23 days, and that number 23 is a symbol. It's the resonant number of Sirius, and we're in that energy right now. Sirius is conjunct with our sun. So these astronomical phenomenons are very important, because the Bible itself is astrotheology. It's the movements of the stars. So what is happening upon Orbship Earth is written in the heavens. You are now in tune on the one, the force itself. At this time, we call the Master Blaster jamming. We're going to tell you why. The Beltway Sniper put the Beltway, the area around DC, on lockdown for 23 days. And these brothers turned themselves in. The government did not catch them. So they had a lot of power and a lot of wisdom and a lot of overstanding. They turned themselves in. I was the only news source, Underground News Network was the only news source and the only black news source to cover that trial in its entirety. So that trial was blacked out. There was no media coverage like the OJ trial and every other trial. So I know exactly what went down. I've written a book about it. I've also written a book about the Jeffrey Dahmer situation. Not Jeffrey Dahmer, sorry, the Christopher Donner situation. So, we're in the age of Aquarius, meaning that we don't supposed to be in the streets, marching, getting killed by the police. We're supposed to be on another higher level. So it's totally ignorance to be into the politics, being controlled by the globalists, being controlled by the Black Lives Matter. This is not the Black Panthers of the 60s, as we noticed that COINTELPRO interfered with the movement of the 60s. So we have no roadmap today, only the wisdom that you're hearing now. The Nation of Islam, according to their own liturgies, according to their own teachings, according to the teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Farad Muhammad, and it's written in a book by Wallace Muhammad called As the Light Shineth from the East, that in the year 1990, which was 60 years of the Nation of Islam's teaching, it is written in the book As the Light Shineth from the East that the Nation of Islam had 60 symbolic years to deliver their message. So in the year 1990, that time was up. So we see Farrakhan now exhibiting a reprobate mind by joining the Scientology cult. So there isn't any wonder. We're not surprised because their time is up anyway. So it's futile to be following the Nation of Islam. Let me tell you something that you might not be aware of. In the year 1930, there were two redemption movements sent to the black man in the wilderness of North America. Those two movements was the Nation of Islam, under the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, passed to him via Farad Muhammad. And at the same time, 1930, the Emperor Haile Selassie was crowned King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering lion of the tribe of Judah, direct descendant of the seed of David. So, those two men in the year 1975, it was reported that these two men died. So we have a connection with Christianity, which is the Rastafari, the oldest movement of Christianity upon earth, and the Nation of Islam. So the Nation of Islam time is up, so we present you the definitive teachings of the Rastafari movement from the wilderness of North America. If you would purchase, look into purchasing the book, the Holy Book of Wonder, a lot of things will become clear to you. It's a self-published work. You can find it at major bookstores online, and you will get some clarity of what is taking place today. But my main thought here today is that it's a ploy by the globalists to wipe out the black race. Actually, they have gone totally mad. They're wiping out their own people. They do things like put up chemtrails blocking the sun out because there's a high infant mortality rate among the non-melanated people, and in essence that's what they're doing. They're blocking the sun rays because they're afraid they're going to block themselves out. They're going to kill themselves with they absorb too many ultraviolet rays. That's one reason. And then the other reason is, like, now there's energy, there's information coming from the galactic heavens through the sun, from Hunapku, the galactic heavens, from the Milky Way galaxy, transferred to the Sirius constellation, and through our sun to the melanated people. So they don't want us, they want us to be hypnotized by the butts of the Kardashians and all the twerking and all the things that we see as distractions and all the discord through the rap and all this kind of thing. So it's a subtle thing that the serpent is doing currently. And the Black Lives Matter is the most dangerous thing that ever happened upon Orb-ship Earth. As we could see, even we see that the girl there, Diamond, I forgot her name now, the brother that got shot there, I believe in Minnesota. All this is like psyops operations, and it's in the news. You can read about it. You can research it and see. So everybody know this. But still, we go on with business as usual. We know that Hillary Clinton is a criminal. We know that they are worse than any kind of mafia that you ever want to see. And we saw Michelle Obama the other night at the Democratic convention, and we saw that she could very well handle herself if she became president. Some people are saying that the Constitution will be suspended and Obama will have it, and some people are saying even Michelle. I mean, we never can tell. All the signs are there, but we're talking about we're going to school for this, we're going to school for that, like time is going to continue to go on. Then some of you are so foolish to say that, okay, you said something was going to happen in the year 2000, you said something was going to happen in the year 2012, we're still here. No, we're not still here. This is a grace period. Something did happen in the year 2000. Something did happen. Before 2012, everybody was still in the closet. Am I correct? Now everybody's out of the closet. Transgenders are out now. This transgender movement is out now. So if the government is pushing, if the powers that be is pushing transgender and same-sex marriage, it wouldn't be shocking if Michelle Obama is a transgender. That's what they're pushing. So you have a gay in the White House, Obama in the White House. So it wouldn't be shocking or like crazy or yeah, it would be crazy, but it wouldn't be It's not madness that the underground news network people come in and say, all the alternative media people say that there's a possibility that they might pull a stunt where we have our first transgender president. I mean, America, Shirley Chisholm ran for president, but that's a whole nother story. She wasn't nothing like what's happening right now. But America has never had a woman president from the inception. So what makes you think there's going to be a woman president now? Is there a glitch in the matrix? So it wouldn't be shocking that they're trying to get all of a sudden Pladal and Michelle Obama come out the closet and say, "Hey, I'm a transgender and I'm going to be your first transgender president." Hey, so we're living in a mad world like that. So why would you want to raise your children? Why do you want to still be out there yabbity gaga and having children? And there's a lot of AIDS, and your children's going to come into a world where there's like full of gays. But some of you have accepted that gay thing. So we live in a mad world today. So I'm just here today, and I want to let you know that you're now in tune and you're on the one. And so some of you say, well, what is the solution? The solution is, remember back in the 60s when everything was going helter skelter, Charles Manson was in the news, the Black Panthers was in the news, the weathermen were in the news, the same type scenario that they were prophesying about then. Charles Manson, what his group was talking about, was setting up with the Tate murders there, the Blanca murders there in California, trying to put it on the Black Panthers and all that. So now you have the government now. See, that was just a prophecy. Those were like prophets. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. There's a natural mystic in the air. So we had Woodstock. So the 6th, it was in the 60s. So the 6th has actually gone beyond the 9. So now it's time for the Master Blaster jamming. The poet says in his music, hotter than July, which we're in those times now, Master Bass said, they want us to join the fighting, but our answer today is to let all of our worries like a breeze through our fingers slip away. So we've already been told not to join the fighting. And the prophet Bob Marley said back in those days, we free our people with music. The pyramids themselves were built with sound vibration and laser technology. So, as in the song, the mothership, George Clinton sang a song, it says, the prophet George Clinton in the song, it says, the mothership will fly like it always does. And he says that, he talks about the prophesied signal for the landing of the holy mothership. And back in the 80s when the song Master Blaster Jamming came out, it said, we're in the middle of the making of the Master Blaster Jamming. Just like Noah, when God told Noah, when Anunnaki told Noah to start building your boat. The flood is not here yet, but it's coming. So in the 80s, we were in the middle of the makings of the Master Blaster Jamming. Now we have completed the boat. Esoterically, all the information is there. All the different elements have fused into one great synthesis. And at the top now, there is no contradiction. The door is open, but it will be closed shortly. So get the Holy Book of Wonder. The Holy Book of Wonder by your brother, Ital Iman I. So we don't fear a bunch of faggots because the builders of the pyramids, they are here. They are with us. They're just waiting on us like as it was written in a place for us to see. The children of Israel, the children of the light, when they cried out in unison, the gods remembered the covenant. And what was the covenant? The agreement was, when it comes a time like this, when Babylon is oppressing the people, they're actually playing us too close. So Jah say, all the musicians shall be there, the players on instruments at his feet. So that's the shout. When the Christ come, it is written in the place for us to see again that he will come with a shout. So don't be afraid. If it's ordained by the gods, nothing can happen. The pyramids has been there for thousands upon thousands of years and gone through all of the floods that ever came upon orb-ship Earth, and it is still there. The Grand Canyons is there now, showing the great work of the gods Anunnaki. And if you will study my work, you would see that we have nothing to fear. We don't fear a bunch of old, dying reptilians. There's no such thing reptilian. I'm just talking about the brain and the mentality that these so-called globalists have. And we're supposed to be afraid of some faggots, some sick people. And then we're supposed to be afraid to call them sick. I mean, how else will they know that they're sick? They're sick. Evil is oftentimes ignorance, not knowing itself to be so. So, I'm talking in codes, and I'm talking in codes and all this, and some of you might understand it. But surely there's going to be a minister, some preacher that's on a different level, some clergyman on a different level is going to tell it to you exactly like you need to hear it. So when you hear it like that, you will have no excuse. I don't know what he's talking about, Master Blaster Jamming, but I'm warning you. I am warning you that the time of the Illuminati has been up. As a matter of fact, it was up when the Twin Towers were hit. 6 days, 5 days after the Twin Towers. We can count that number, that day of 9/11 as a day one. 5 days later, September 17. It is written on the walls of the Great Pyramid in an inch code that the rule of the Aduma, the Adamic, the age of Adam was up. Their time is up. This is only an illusion. So yes, if you're in City Hall, they can pop you because you're hooked onto that same energy that they're hooked on to. So you can't talk about City Hall. You can't fight City Hall when you're in City Hall. So that's why I say come out from among her. Like for instance, it's coded in the books. The Ethiopians, their calendar, they had a holiday that day. So in their calendar, they wasn't there. So they didn't get hit. The Jews knew about it. They always know about it because they keep up with the right calendar. They wasn't there. Okay, so the Ethiopians were blessed. The Ethiopians are always blessed. So it was written in their calendar, in their liturgies, in their spiritual science. It's a holiday for them. So then none of them show up. So no Ethiopians got killed that day in the Twin Towers. So come out from amongst Babylon. If you're there when the towers go down, when whatever goes down, if you're in the cities when all this stuff happens, you're going to go down with it. So the book told you to come out of it, and all you eat, what they call them, whole tempers now, the sarcastic word for the sarcasm is whole tempers. all the whole tempers is talking about the Bible and the books and the Quran, and was all it's not correct. It is correct. You just don't know what it is that you're reading. Now, being in church like the average Christian that's wearing tight dresses and all that, and all the faggot gay men in churches and all that kind of stuff, and they're twerking in church, that need to be thrown out of the window. That's not correct. But the truth is within these pages right here. I'm telling you now. So if you don't understand the allegory, the metaphor, the similes, you got something that you can go by, and it's the best thing for you to know is what's in that book. So I hope I have shed a little light on this thing. I'm going to say it one more time. If you hear about some marching in this place and marching in that place, don't go. Start it. It might be too late now, but you're supposed to have been way off out in the mountains somewhere. Black people join together. And if you find some whites that's on the same vibe, and whites, you find some blacks on the same vibe, y'all come together. And all this, the Hopi was given 4 different types of corn, 4 different colors of corn representing the 4 races, 4 major races. We're not talking about the hybrids and the sub races and all this thing that come out of mixed marriages, but it's all mixed up now. But the 4 races, each one went off to the 4 directions. The Kikuyu tribe there in Kenya, where Obama represents, even though he's full of hell and evil, he represents something. Him being a president, black president, first black president, means something. It means that things have changed on a certain level. But on another level, it means that we have caught hell on the bottom. That's why he didn't do nothing for us. He didn't supposed to do nothing for us. It was for us to see the sign and we act accordingly. But they hold their stone tablets. We hold our stone tablets. The Hopi hold their stone tablets. And every race, the white people, the Swiss people, they hold their stone tablets. So those 4 people should be coming together this time and leave that Black Lives Matter alone. You see, they used Obama to usher in their evil, and they used the black people again. The Black Lives Matter. 4 women didn't know what the hell they was doing, and now everybody's caught up in that. Stay out of the street because you're going to get killed out there. Peace.
Parou no meio. Fabiano Segalotti, sou trombonista.
Hernani, trompetista. Matheus, sou trompetista. João Carlos, trompetista. Marca valeu.